You know, this is an interesting question, but I got to tell you up front, you're going to get an answer from two people that have worked on their doctorates. And
a little bit of a bias toward education here.
yeah, but we have that, we've done that balancing act of
Yep.
you go to school for a while I work, and then vice versa, and we trade back and forth.
Yeah, and I think part of it's a values question.
Right.
You know, both of us were in sync with that, even though sometimes we didn't like the sacrifices
it's
that
hard
required.
because you're delaying your gratification. You're putting things on hold.
Yes,
And,
like we didn't own a home for over a decade.
Right.
We didn't have children for over a decade.
That was a big one,
That was a huge one for me. That was kind of a heartbreaker,
Yeah.
but I believed in it even though it was tough.
Right.
And here's the thing, every one of us has to answer some questions. We have to answer, you know, for us, how much do we value achieving an education or expressing our talents? And, you know, what does it mean to be a woman and have an education, or be a man and have an education, or a vocation? And, you know, I mean, really, we are, it's about provision for our family. You've nailed it for that. But it's also about expressing our gifts and a sense of mission and calling in this world. And so, all of that stuff has to be considered. Providing for a family is a burden, and it should be shared if that's something that your family needs, but it doesn't always have to be shared equally every season of life.
That's true, and you've also got to consider, you know, what is it that you are kind of short-circuiting if you were to kind of put a halt on this, because you know, think about this. She obviously values education. She has her master's degree. Now she's thinking about a doctorate. And what would happen in your relationship if you kind of put the brakes on that? Is there a part of her that you would be kind of stunting that growth? You know, think about the woman that you'll be married to 10 years from now. And, you know, sometimes paying that price now creates such a great payoff down the road, and I would hate to see that kind of
pay now, play later.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, and the truth is, maybe it's stirring up a little bit of ambivalence in you because you have some dreams that you'd like to pursue, and if that's the case, get those on the table. You don't have to just totally sit back and allow her dreams without, you know, saying, hey, here's what I wish I could do in the future. Maybe what you're doing that provides for the family now doesn't express all of your gifts, and you'd like that chance too. She would love the chance to support that dream as well.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, 69. My wife wants to have another baby, and I don't. Time is the issue, not money. I already feel like I have enough people who need a piece of me. Since she would be doing most of the day-to-day care of the child, should her desires be more important than mine?
Wow, what a dicey issue here, because this gets to the really deep down core values of raising a family together, and when you are not in sync, boy, that creates some tension.
Yeah, this is a painful issue because really parenting is a choice that has to be made together.
Yeah.
It is not one or the other. And so, boy, when you feel like it's the desire of your heart either to have children or not to have children, it is painful to have somebody kind of put the brakes on that.
So what can they do in a very practical sense to kind of find some resolve on this?
Yeah, if you both feel strongly about your desires, and it's not like you can control your place in that, it's just something that you have inside of you, I would really suggest a counselor, don't you think? Because someone who can help you walk through a careful decision-making process.
Yeah, to wade through that, because the issues are going to become very heated if they haven't already, and because you're feeling the crunch of probably time, not
biological clock, as well as just the urgency of daily life.
Right.
And look, these are decisions that you have the potential to regret for a lifetime. It's not just in the moment. This is a long-term choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And so just a little objectivity from somebody that's trained that can kind of speak into your lives, listen to both of you and clarify it, even just for you know, 2-3 hours. That can be so valuable. So valuable. Because that's what all you're trying to do is find some clarity and some resolve together. And especially when you're going to make a decision that's going to impact the rest of your days together, it's worth a small investment on the front end to make sure you're making the very best choice.
That's right. And truly, in those decision-making processes where you have to grapple with a question from both sides, and it seems like you're far apart, sometimes there are some really happy surprises where you come together in the end, and you really do, you are of one heart and mind.
Right.